When you think of lemonade, you probably don't associate it with death, but now you will because two people have allegedly died after drinking Panera Bread's lemonade. And now this lemonade isn't a serial killer or anything, it's not chopping people up or shooting anybody. The reason it's dangerous is because of the insane amount of caffeine that's hidden inside the drink. And typically, lemonade doesn't have caffeine in it. When you think of caffeinated beverages, you think of energy drinks, coffee, soda, but almost never lemonade. I would have never associated lemonade and caffeine. And that is what makes this lemonade from Panera Bread so sneakily dangerous, because the insane amount of caffeine that's inside of the drinks. If you go to Panera Bread's caffeine content guide here, you can see that all of their charged lemonades have at the least 158 milligrams of caffeine for the 20 ounce, and then the 30 ounce version has 236 milligrams, and that's roughly the same for every charged lemonade, minus 1 or 2 milligrams of caffeine. Not too much of a difference. But if you look up the FDA approved recommended amount of caffeine you should have in a day, it's 400 milligrams. I would know. I'm severely addicted to caffeine and energy drinks. I push that threshold all the time. My heart's going to give out by the time I'm 30. But this right here is scary because you don't associate lemonade with having caffeine. They don't advertise it at all, and there's no warnings or anything leading you to think that there's an insane amount of caffeine in this lemonade. And that recommended daily amount, by the way, is for healthy adults, which is where these lawsuits and these deaths come into play, because the people that have allegedly died as a result of drinking this lemonade had other health issues that played a factor in them passing away after drinking this caffeinated lemonade. The most recent example of this was Dennis Brown, a 46-year-old Florida man who passed away in October after he drank 3 servings of the drink. And according to the wrongful death lawsuit that was filed by his family, they said that he suffered a cardiac event while walking home from a Panera Bread, and the lawsuit alleges that Panera knew or should have known that the charged lemonade could pose a risk, particularly to children, pregnant and breastfeeding women, and individuals sensitive to caffeine. And the lawsuit said that Brown ordered this charged lemonade at least 7 times over the course of 2 weeks in September and October, and his medical conditions that he had at the time included high blood pressure, developmental delay, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and chromosomal disorder causing a mild intellectual disability and blurry vision. And that he believed this charged lemonade was safe because it wasn't advertised as an energy drink. And that's very true. If you look at this lemonade, almost nowhere can you find that it has an insane amount of caffeine in it. The name, of course, charged lemonade, would lead you to believe there's a little bit of caffeine potentially, but there should be some big warnings saying that you shouldn't drink this, like there is on every energy drink, saying that you should be 18 years or older, not nursing or pregnant, and all that kind of stuff. There should be warnings on this, and you should be well aware that you're consuming a very healthy dose of caffeine. Because he isn't the first example. Like I said, there's been 2 deaths that are being linked and lawsuits put against Panera Bread because of this charged lemonade. He was the second case. The first case was Sarah Katz, and she was a college student who had a heart condition that died in September of 2022 after she drank a charged lemonade. And with her having a heart condition, I'm sure she's well aware and wary of not drinking caffeine, much like Brown was. They both probably were very cautious of their caffeine intake because of their medical conditions, and believing that lemonade was safe, because why would lemonade have a ridiculous amount of caffeine in it? They drank the caffeine, drank the lemonade, and then ended up having these dire consequences. But also, since the death of Sarah Katz, Panera has updated their caffeine in these drinks, because it used to say that a regular charged lemonade had 260 milligrams, not 150, and that the large size had 390 milligrams and not the 200 and whatever milligrams that I showed you a minute ago. So they seemingly have lowered the dosage a whole lot since her death, but still it's a ridiculous amount of caffeine to have in a lemonade. And they still don't have a whole lot of warnings around it. They have came out and they said they enhanced their existing caffeine disclosure on its platform and in its restaurants, but they only did this after Sarah Katz passed away. Before that, there was hardly any indication that these were highly caffeinated beverages. So these people, as well, I'm sure many others, went into Panera Bread, said, you know what, it's a hot sunny afternoon in the summer, I'm gonna get me a refreshing lemonade, kick back and relax. And then they drink the lemonade, they start sweating, they start feeling all jittery, and they're like, man, but did that have cocaine in it? Did they lace my lemonade with fentanyl? Because this shit's got me feeling like I can build a barn faster than the Amish. It's like they're hiding a bad surprise in this lemonade. Like, not a good surprise, like a surprise of someone hopping out around a corner and punching you in the face. Like, you don't expect it, but you didn't want it either. But the lawsuit is quoted as saying that Panera charged lemonade is a juice beverage marketed to children and adults alike. This marketing is especially dangerous to a vulnerable population, children and adults who would reasonably believe this product was lemonade and safe for consumption. And I gotta say, I'm completely on the side of the lawsuit on this one. Like, why do you need an insane amount of caffeine in lemonade? If someone wanted caffeine, they would just get a fucking coffee or an energy drink or something. Hell, if you wanted that, there's a Roz drink, the Country Time Lemonade collaboration. You can have an energy drink that tastes like lemonade. Because in these lawsuits, like I said a minute ago, the dude drank 3 of these things. He obviously didn't know, and why would he? Why would he think that lemonade has caffeine in it? He drank 3 of those things. And that's just a ridiculous amount of caffeine, even for a healthy adult that's over the limit that you're recommended to have. And he had these underlying health conditions, which obviously was a recipe for disaster. The same thing in Sarah's case, because when she drank it, there was even less warning and even more caffeine in the drinks, apparently, resulting in a very similar sad outcome. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this whole situation. Just be wary of your beverages. Make sure you double check, especially if you have underlying health conditions, because who knows, they might start serving caffeinated milk at restaurants or some shit. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.